It's time to stop fooling around. Today we talk about gear. Hey guys, Stefano here. Welcome to TTLfilms. Today's a very exciting day. I can't wait to get started. That's because today we talk about gear. Not any kind of gear. I'm talking about the gear that you need to start off in this industry. And I don't mean in the industry of film. I mean making weddings, events, films, documentaries, interviews, baby videos, I mean anything. So today we're gonna cover cameras, lenses, microphones, and tripods along with monopods and Steadicams. Let's talk cameras. Here is the first one I want to talk about. We're looking at only $600. Now on Amazon, give or take, it's between $500 to $700. I bought mine for $600, and what we're looking at is a Canon 60D. Canon 60D. This has been out for a long time, but the quality is still fantastic. It still has an 18 megapixel sensor. It is interchangeable, of course, because it's a DSLR. But most importantly, especially for video, it has a fold-out, flip-out screen. So that means it can flip, and rotate, and go backwards, and anything you need for when you're doing filming that requires this angle, or pretty much any angle really. You want to have that flexibility, especially when you want to do interviews and, most importantly, of course, vlogging. When you want to do vlogging, this is what you need. It's like a reference to know if you're in focus, if the color's good, all that good stuff. So why am I pushing DSLRs and not camcorders? The main reason, first and foremost, is because DSLRs have a lot more control for you to create the shallow depth of field, for you to adjust your coloring, your speeds, all of that, all the elements that you can't get from a camcorder. Camcorder is pretty much point and shoot. When you're filming, whatever you're filming, it'll always be in focus, it'll always be sharp, it'll always have that fixed length, but you can't make the adjustments that you need in order to make something dynamic. A DSLR gives you full control, and I would never say automatic. You need to go full out manual in order to get and reap the rewards that you're gonna get out of a DSLR. Even something like this that's 8 years old or even more than that. Lastly, I wanna focus in on the top display. The 60D, at its price, it offers the display. It's absolutely amazing how a camera this low in cost can produce such a high level of craftsmanship and quality. This camera is my go-to for vlogging now, and it was my go-to for absolutely everything until I use the camera that you're seeing me on now. I don't want to take off this next camera because I'm filming with it, but I am going to keep the picture up here the whole time while we're talking. The SONY A7S, the low light beast, the monster that can see better than our eyes. And for a price tag of only $2,200, I've seen it on Amazon for a little less actually. It's absolutely the best bang for the buck in my opinion, if you have intention to film in low light. When I say that this is a low light monster, I mean the issue with low light is without good lighting, you have tons of camera noise. All those little staticky spots, it will just be overwhelming. You won't be able to control it with any other camera except this Sony. This Sony is absolutely brilliant. On top of that, and this is a big selling point, it can do 4K. External 4K, but it does a brilliant 4K on the external monitor. The Mark II, however, it's another $1,200 more in price, but it does internal 4K. Do I recommend internal over external? Absolutely not. I've tried them both. External is a hell of a lot better in my opinion for the end product. So there you have it. You have 600 or you have 2200. The step above, I would recommend not now. I would really start off with this little camera right here. This camera is 100% gonna work for you in every aspect, including vlogging, if that's what you choose to do. But don't spend the money on the Sony if you're not ready. If you're just getting into the world of DSLRs, if you're just starting to do video, do not buy that. It's very expensive. However, if you have the cash flow and you wanna invest, definitely invest in this particular camera rather than anything else. Next on our list, lenses. Now, a lens can be the make or break in any production. The reason why is because the type of glass that you put in front of that sensor, it will determine how good of a product you're gonna get afterwards. Everyone knows that there are lenses $10,000 and there are lenses of $100. This, my friends, is called the Nifty 50. It's a 50mm Canon lens. It even has autofocus, believe it or not. And for only $100. That's right, $100 for a prime lens, which means the quality is fantastic. Honestly, for $100, you cannot go wrong. Everyone should have this in their pack because for 50mm lens, $100, it does a great image. However, on the opposite side, we have my most trusted brand, the best lenses I've ever owned, the ROKINON Cine lens lineup. Now this right here is an 85mm lens, so it's like a portrait lens. This one here, however, is $600, give or take on Amazon. Why is it $600? A, the glass is very good. Secondly, it's well built. Thirdly, this is a Cine lens, meaning it's specifically designed for video. So what's the difference between video and photo? Well, first and foremost is these little grid marks. Now on a camera, on a film set, what you have is you have a pull focus, the wheel on the side that controls the focusing back and forth, where you can mark it, set the focus, and all that good stuff. And then you also have an aperture ring where it can adjust the light. So if you have two wheels, you can adjust it manually, all like this. The best part of this is of course the lens, that the glass is fantastic, but it's all manual. So you have full control. And when you're going from a dark room to a very bright outside, you can adjust the opening of your lens manually so it can gradually get brighter. Not the electronic point, and it keeps going up, like very rough, the light's going in and out. This one is very manual. Absolutely love this lens. Would I recommend an 85 to start off with? Absolutely not. I would 100% recommend a 35 because the 35 is more versatile. It's a wider, broader look. And when you're using the 35, you have more option to walk towards your image or walk back towards your image. You're not stuck with this portrait lens because it's zoomed right in. The lens that we're using now is a 35. It's a perfect size lens. So Nifty 50, $100, or a ROKINON Cine lens, very good quality lens for about $600. So that's the price range. All right, now it's time for the most crucial part in any video production is sound. Sound is key to making your production that much better. You need good sound, like we have it right now. If I didn't have this on, it would sound absolutely amateurish, horrible, and just not professional. So right now, I have a lav mic on with a receiver on. This is an $8 lav mic. With this, you can have incredible sound, accompanied by the Zoom H1, and this portable recorder is only $100. Put these two together, you get $108. You can find them on Amazon. So why am I saying this is the key? Well, this is a portable recorder, way better than anything in sound for the camera. So why am I saying that this is the best combination? Price-wise, can't be beat. Secondly, this is a portable recorder and it's made by Zoom, so you know that the quality is good. It takes micro SD, which is amazing. And most importantly, you can hook up any system that you want, lav, for example. Setting the lav mic into the portable recorder or even using it as a standalone will improve your sound drastically. So do I recommend sound? Number one investment is sound. Next we have the tripod. The tripod, everyone knows what it is. I would recommend buying one in and around the $100 to $200 range as a starter. Anything less may give you some issues because having a stable shot is key in most situations. However, you have a tripod and monopod. We all know what those are. Monopod is just literally a stick with the camera on top. But then let's get into another element. Everyone knows the brand GlideCam. Well, that's a hand stabilizer. Something like this. This is a hand stabilizer. A hand gimbal, if you really want to call it something a little bit more technical. What this really is you put all of your dynamic force into one hand, just position it with the other hand, and let the pressure, the weight distribution, glide your camera so you don't have any more wobble. The one I have right here, the Canon VS700, is a Henry's brand. And it's pretty good for the price. I only paid $220 for this. So for an actual hand gimbal and a monopod with feet, so it's pretty much a monopod, tripod, and stabilizer all in one, you can't go wrong. Of course, you do need a tripod no matter what, but this is something that's gonna take your production to the next level, especially if you want those nice, steady shots. So the one thing that I wanted to let you know is you're not alone. A lot of people are suffering from the miscommunication or the misjudgment as to what you really need, but I wouldn't lie to you. This is technically the good starter and best bang for the buck. So as always, you can find me on my Instagram. My Instagram is where you're gonna see all my daily activity, all the daily fun that I'm having, and then you can follow the YouTube. So I want comments, lots and lots of comments, big thumbs up of course, and I love the subscriptions. That's what makes this family grow and the production all that much better. So until then, my friends, see you later.